What do you get when you combine a peaceful state park, a luxury RV lakeside resort, and a few extra days over a weekend? Potentially one of the best weekend getaways in all of Dallas-Fort Worth. Welcome back to Miller's in Motion. We are packing up the rig and we are getting ready to get out of here for a few fun days just around DFW. So what's on docket? Well, we're going to stay a couple of nights at Cleburne State Park. It's actually our first time to stay in a state park with our Delta and any RV realistically, because this is the smallest one we've ever owned. Then we head up to the Vineyards at Lake Grapevine, do some fun up there. We have some friends that are visiting that kind of just popped up yesterday out of nowhere. And we have a few other things going on. So let's get this thing hooked up, packed up, and out of here so we can relax. We have made it to stop number one on this little weekend adventure across North Texas, and this is Cleburne State Park. The site's actually very gorgeous. This area is actually, and we'll go through it a little bit more, but we're staying in the Popular Point, probably because it's popular. But as you can see, the lake's right behind us there. Nice, really big site. The only downside I would say is this gravel's a little bit, kind of, the concrete right here is a little fallen off. It's sloped a little severely from front to back, but it's not awful. It's pretty. Also, Lauren's not here. She's on her way. She had to work, and so she's actually meeting me down here, bringing her truck. That way, if an emergency pops up or anything with the horses, we can run right back and take care of it. So we got a new camping accessory. It's actually just an Outland propane fire pit. We've wanted one for a while because our allergies are bad when we do a regular fire pit. We did in Wisconsin, couldn't breathe. So we got this, and then I got there's a 22-foot hose extension that I threaded onto the fire pit, and so we can plug it right into our quick connect on the RV, so you can kind of see the line run right there. Cozy. All right, we are officially 100% situated and have started to relax a little bit. With that, we're going to call it a night and go ahead and crash. But before we do, a couple of quick little things. We are going to be at the Hershey RV Show. It's our first time ever being there, so we would love to see you if you're around. It runs September 10th through the 14th. Again, it is the world's largest RV show. I call it the Hershey Show, at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania. In addition, our good friends over at Brooklyn Bedding are going to have a full array of every mattress they have set up inside the Giant Center in booth 148 and 149 for the duration of the show. I know that we will be floating around there somewhere at some point, so swing by, check out a mattress. If you need one, grab one. Make sure and tell them we sent you, and tell them the code Miller's in Motion, so hopefully you get your 30% off there. Also, it would make it difficult to do these videos without sponsors, and a big sponsor and longtime friend of the channel, RVmattress.com from Brooklyn Bedding. So who is RVmattress.com? They're a Brooklyn Bedding brand which makes specific RV mattresses, so you can get them in all shapes and sizes, all kinds of things. Now, this is a signature hybrid, but this now has the cloud pillow top that has Glasotex cooling fibers attached to it, so it helps keep you cool all throughout your sleep. In addition, this is in a medium. We love them so much, we actually did a signature hybrid split king with the adjustable bases, with the cloud pillow tops, in our master bedroom in our new home base. But wait, there's more. We also went ahead and purchased, and they didn't even know we did this, a king-size bed, one to fit an old bed frame we had from our previous house, and is now our guest room bed. Now, while the mattresses are amazing, it's not even the 100% best part. When you purchase a mattress, it comes boxed up and rolled up in a compression piece of plastic that is easy to get into your RV. You can then roll it out without having to maneuver some of these mattresses around. When it comes, it's actually shipped to you, and if you live in the US, for free from their factory in Arizona. It comes with a 120-night
sleep trial, and a limited lifetime warranty. We absolutely love our RVmattress.com mattresses by Brooklyn Bedding, and we honestly think you will too. Now, because they're such a great supporter of this channel, they have actually offered us a little bit better of a discount that is typically out there. So if you are looking to buy a mattress, make sure you go to rvmattress.com/MillersInMotion. Or at checkout, make sure and put in the coupon code MillersInMotion. You're going to receive a 30% off discount, which is typically a little bit better than the traditional ones that just kind of floating around all the time out there. Again, a huge thank you to RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding for being a longtime supporter and sponsor of the channel. Now, back to the video.
Well, it is officially a almost full 24 hours from when I left you off last time in this video. If you're curious what we did, that was the video you saw last week, the overview and kind of looking at Cleburne State Park. If you haven't seen it, check it out at the end of this video. So, but it is our second day here at the park. And we are going to head into Cleburne, Texas, which is the town that this is at. And we're going to check out a brewery and pizza joint Lauren found. So a little exploration outside the park. All right, well, we just made it back to our campsite at Cleburne State Park, and I will tell you, we went and had dinner at Soulfire Brewery in Cleburne, and I will say we've been to a lot of breweries across the country. This one's officially on the top of our list. Don't have a ton of food. It's pretty much just pizzas and some appetizers and some stuff, but it was very, very, very good. So if you come down to this area or you just happen to be in North Texas and you're looking for a good brewery, I wouldn't go there if you're in Fort Worth, but if you're at Cleburne State Park or Dinosaur Valley and you know about 30 minutes from here, it's only about 15. Definitely go check it out. Worth it. Pizza was great. Pepperoni, hot honey, pretzel bites. Everything was just very good. The beer was really good. With that, we're both very tired from, well, everything you saw last week, because that was this morning. So we are going to walk the dogs, relax a little bit, and then just kind of zone out here at the campsite and enjoy it. See you in the morning. Welcome back to a brand new day. We are still here in Cleburne State Park, but yeah, we pretty much just hung out here. We didn't do a whole lot, especially after pizza last night. We really just kind of chilled, relaxed, enjoyed our time. Lauren actually just left. So we actually got it ready to hook up, but today is our transfer day, so we're doing a second very different style of park, but checkout here is noon, check-in there is 2, and it's an hour away. So I don't have anything to do for a little bit, so I'm literally dragging my feet until right at noon. I'll start hooking up at about 11:30. I will say too, she took the dogs and was going to run some errands and maybe run by the house and check on the horses since we're still local here in DFW. But we're not, again, I'm going right to the new campground. So, sorry, I'm trying to get out of the shade there. Also, because we have the home base now, we have a few responsibilities there. So why not kind of, if she has some time to kill. Just like that, we are all hooked up, and stop number 1 of this DFW long weekend road trip is over. Now, when I said we couldn't have too drastic of different parks and experiences, so we obviously came to a state park. I believe it was $45 a night. Now, I will say that's after our discount with the Texas State Park Pass. And where are we headed? To one of the ultra resorts. So we are headed to the Vineyards on Lake Grapevine next. We've never been there before. We've camped on Lake Grapevine. In fact, our favorite campground of all time, Twin Coves, is there, but it's on the different side. So this one is in Grapevine. So we're going to do the exact opposite. Also, here at Cleburne State Park, if you are a full-timer, today's Sunday, and it's about 10 minutes till checkout time, you can see how empty it is now. There's one fiberglass camper over there. There's one other fifth wheel over here that's left, but he's leaving too. So there's one other fifth wheel over there that's also left, but they're leaving as well. And I'm pretty sure this is everybody in the campground is going to be gone except for that one person. So let's hit the road. All right, and just as easy as that, we are already set up on our new site. And yes, that is the lake behind us. So again, this is the complete polar opposite of where we just came from at Cleburne State Park. This is the Vineyards Campground and RV Park at Lake Grapevine. So we're excited to hang out here. We've been to this park before, but we've never actually stayed here. So this is our first time staying here, and apparently we got the premier site, which doesn't suck. Also, it's really windy, so I hope you can hear me. But so Lauren's on her way here with the pups right now. I'm gonna go get settled in and try and get this RV cooled off before she gets here. All right, we are kind of set up, but I want to show you this view because it does not suck. So campsite is pretty solid, right? Most people would love that. That's our AT&T box, by the way. You know, I don't have the best campsite windows, but those are not some bad views to look out of. But let me show you something. So behind us is the marina. That view doesn't suck. That view doesn't suck. That view doesn't suck. So we are literally surrounded by water. That's the closest camper to us on that side. And I'm not sure that you can see the next camper closest to us over there. Way over there, that guy. So what's that happy medium? Well, I think it's Twin Coves, but they're very different because this one's got, you know, there's Newells and Prevos and Integras and Tiffins, and all of the high-end motor coaches are represented. Now, just right next to us, there's a GeoPro, and there's us, and there's another Valor. Well, pretending like I still had the Valor. There's a Valor down there, and obviously we're in the Delta, so that's the beauty of the resorts, is bring all you got kind of a situation. But whereas when we were at the state park at Cleburne, we were the nice rig. I mean, it's a nice rig, don't get me wrong, but like high-end wise, we were on the top end there because of our size. Here, nope, not even close, but that's all right. So Lauren's on her way back with the pups, and then we're going to get a game plan. If you notice, the back window's a little wet. We had ants crawling on the outside of the RV. I don't know why, so I sprayed them off. Well, good morning from our last full day of this DFW weekend adventure. I will say we skipped yesterday recording anything because somebody had to go to work.
It was me.
So we're obviously at the Vineyards now at Lake Grapevine, which is a very polar opposite of Cleburne State Park. And right out of the gates, I miss Cleburne State Park.
I know. I didn't really think that would be the case. I didn't think we'd have that strong of an opinion.
Right. So, and even just like a second ago, people were friendlier there. I don't know why. Not the staff. Staff was great. But like you walk around and like we're going on our morning little walk and you say hi to people that are out waking up for the first time. And some say hi, some stare right at you and don't say a word after you say hi.
Whereas at the state park, everybody was like, hi,
Yeah.
hi.
Everybody's helping each other, and so I don't know if it's just a more relaxed setting, but if you really want to be in the city with a cool view, this is nice. I'd say go to the state parks first.
We had some trees. There was one guy who got to know us in about 2 days that we were there, and when we went for our morning walk, he's like, good morning, enjoy your morning walk.
Yeah. We were there 2 nights, and everybody was friendlier. We're here 3 nights, and we've not really met or talked to anybody outside of highs and being ignored. So,
Which is okay, it's just of note.
yeah. What's on tap for today? Well, we are essentially just going to go explore, not only around here a little bit, which we're going to have a video specifically from here, but also in Grapevine. All right, right off of the main street in downtown Grapevine, we went to dinner first at Esparza's.
That's right, the margarita capital.
So it's been around since the 80s? No.
85.
Yeah, I was right. It's been around since 85. The cool thing about it is it used to be a house here, and then it got converted to a restaurant, expanded, all kinds of stuff. It's a much more commercial area than it used to be, but it's been around forever. It's just good, solid Tex-Mex. So if you're in Grapevine...
People that have been around since the 80s have been around forever? Anyways, yes, it is. It's good, solid Tex-Mex.
What'd you get?
I got the Southwest nachos, and so it was like beans and cheese and some grilled chicken, some chiquitos and onions. It's very fresh, very good, and it was good portion size.
And I got the fajita enchiladas, which is actually a cheese and onion enchilada with fajita meat on top, which is just, for me, chicken, and it was just good.
Kind of a surprise that it was on top, but it was still tasty.
Also, the margaritas are very good.
You should get one.
Big one. They call it Big Daddy.
Anyways.
We are now going to head over to the historic Grapevine Main Street and see what we can find. Ice cream. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of little shops, antique stuff, ice cream deals, restaurants, all kinds of stuff you can wander around. Plus, if you come in the winter, this is the Christmas capital of Texas. There's a lot going on down here, and it's really a lot of fun. Good morning from our final day here on this little weekend cruise around DFW. Before we take off and head back to the house, there's one thing that we haven't quite done that is high up on our list, and that's go get some donuts. Is there anything significant with where we're going to get donuts?
We're going to Shipley Donuts. We haven't been in a really long time, and my dad used to love Shipley Donuts.
I was about to say, I always remember that was the one spot.
Yeah.
He settled for the one around the house.
He did.
But Shipley's was his go-to, and if you're ever with him and your mom or Amy or you really weren't, that's where you went.
Yeah, they were also his pick for church donuts with Shipley. So.
Onward. All right, for the 5th time, how are your donuts?
Tasty. How are yours?
Very good. They're not necessarily the greatest donut I've ever had.
No.
I will say the kolaches, sausage roll, whatever you want to call it, as a sausage roll to me. That is kind of up there. The donuts are just solid.
My blueberry cake was a little artificially, but it was still very tasty. And I would say my chocolate sprinkle was one of my favorite chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah, the chocolate's really solid. Sometimes at donut shops, chocolate can be like frosting adjacent, if you may.
Okay.
And this is actual like chocolate, so much better. Not as sweet. What?
No, all good.
Okay, back to the campground. And just like that, our time is done on this 5-day tour de la DFW between Cleburne State Park and the Vineyards at Lake Grapevine. Our final thoughts, honestly, we prefer the state parks. That's just us. Some people prefer to be in the city. You know, we're just not. We like to be out kind of off on our own. State parks are our jam. We like getting up, going on hikes, that kind of stuff. So let us know what your favorite typically is. Do you like more of the resort in the city style, or do you like to get out, get away? What's your preference? Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, it'd mean a lot if you at least considered doing that for us. And we'll see you next week. Bye, Mom.